Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing great today. Now in today's lesson, we're going to start talking about data manipulation languages, okay? Now remember, when we started this lesson, we established that there were different types of SQL statements, and we mentioned data manipulation language, we mentioned data definition language, and then we mentioned data control language, and then transaction control. Now, under the data manipulation language, we have the insert, we have the update, we have the delete and merge. Okay, so today we want to start by looking at the insert statement, which is a type of data manipulation language. Now, you have to understand that a data manipulation language or a data manipulation statement is executed whenever you add new rows to a table, okay, which has to do with your insert statement. And then whenever you modify existing rows in a table, that's your update statement. And then whenever you remove existing rows from a table, which is your delete statement. So, but for today, we're going to talk about the insert statement, and then we'll move over to the next one, which is the update, and then to delete. So before you start writing your insert statement, there are a few tips I'd like you to know. The first one is always describe the table you want to insert rows into. Before you start writing any data manipulation statement, please describe the table so that you have an idea, you have an overview of the structure of the table before you start inserting data. Let's say, for instance, I want to insert data into the departments table. The first thing I want to do is to describe the table by issuing the command describe departments. Okay, so I'll quickly execute this query, and then we see what the output is. Now you can see that for the departments table, we have the column department ID, we have department name, you have manager ID, and then location ID. Now, another thing you want to take note of is the fact that the department ID is a not null column. So it means I cannot insert blank or empty. I cannot leave that column blank. There must be a value. And then also for the department name, it is actually a not null column. So it means I cannot leave it blank. There must be a value. Okay, so you want to take note of this. And then another thing you can do, or another way you can look at the structure of your table, is to click on the departments table here from the tables pane, and then it will show you this. It will show you a complete description of the table. You see the column name, you see the data type, okay, you see if it's nullable or not. And then if you look at constraints, you can see that the department ID is a primary key, and then the department location is a foreign key column that is referencing a table known as locations. Okay, and then the department manager column is also a foreign key column that references a table employees. So these are some of the things you want to take note of before you start writing your DML statements. Okay, so enough of this story. Let's go straight to our first example where we'll be writing our first insert statement. Let me quickly clear this. Okay, so if you look at our screen, you see our first insert statement. It says insert into department, which is the table name, then in brackets, department ID, department name, manager ID, location ID, and then values. This is actually the recommended way to write your insert statement. Okay, you say insert into the table name, in this case, which is department, then you list the columns the way they appear in the structure of the table, and then you put in the values accordingly. So if you look at this statement, 71 will go to the department ID, works will go to the department name, 100 will go to the manager ID, and then 1700 will go to the location ID. This is very, very important. So let me execute this. And then you can see one row inserted. It means the record was inserted successfully. However, there's something you need to understand. Now, just inserting this record does not mean that if someone tries to query this table, they will see these values. The reason why this is so is because you've not officially saved this transaction, or you've not saved this statement. So for us to save, we have to use the word commit. So once we commit, it says commit complete. That's when the data becomes available. Anybody that queries this data right now, anybody that queries this table will be able to see all of these updates. In real life scenario, assuming they inform you that we want to create a new department called Works Department. So please insert this record into the table department. So this is what you're simply going to do. Look at the structure of the table and then write your insert statement with the new name Works. Okay, so let's look at one more example again. Okay, so if you look at our screen, we have another insert statement. Now, this time we received an update that the company is creating another department known as Engineering Department. So you are to update the table accordingly. So all we need to do is to say insert into department values, and then the department ID, the department name, the manager ID, and then the location ID. But I needed to observe carefully. I needed to look at this statement carefully. In the previous statement we executed, we had the different department columns listed. But in this second statement, we don't have the departments listed. Why is that so? Well, this is another way you can actually write your insert statement. However, in your values, you need to follow strictly the order in which the column appears. So if you're able to do that, you don't necessarily need to spell out the different columns. That's the difference between this statement and the first statement we executed. So I'm going to execute this statement, and then you can see one row inserted and then commit complete. So I saved the changes at once. So guys, I hope this video was interesting to you. If it was, kindly like it and share it widely. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon so you don't miss out whenever I upload another valuable content. And I'll see you in my next video with the update statement. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.